Hello Capricorn, welcome to your monthly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the month of March 2023. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything that you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments down below. All right. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive. Uh-oh, look what came out of the deck. That pesky air sign. Again, never fails. Every reading, Capricorn, that air sign has to make itself known in some way. All right. But we're going to deal with it, and it's going to be all right, and we'll make it through. All right. So again, this is a general reading. Be open and receptive to whatever comes through. Let's work together. Use your own intuition, and we'll go from there. Okay. So we've got that air sign person, but let's put that into some context with, oh Lord, so much air already, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll deal with it. We're using our Dove and Serpent spread, and we're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Give it another quick shuffle. Hopefully no more air energy. We're going to leave that right over here. We're not going to look at it until the end of the reading, so please stick around until the end. Okay, got to see how this ends up. Hopefully it'll give us the confirmation that we need at the very end, you know, and bring everything together. So we've got these two. We've got the Princess and the Queen of Swords. There is still this air energy lingering in your life, and I feel like it may still be this family member. I feel like there is a younger feminine energy in your life, family member, and in some way now you're kind of responsible for them. It's almost like you've somehow agreed to take them back in, or to look out for them, or to mentor them. Maybe you hired them. Maybe they're living in your house, but there's some kind of a feeling of responsibility now. Okay. I feel like you're the type of person who is really, you kind of are like this princess of swords in a way, where it's just like you battle against something, you try to fight against it, you argue against it, but you know ultimately you're going to say, okay, fine. You know, not that you're a pushover, not that you are weak by any means. I think you're probably one of the strongest signs that I read for. Just based on all of this air energy that we're dealing with, it seems week after week, it seems like you are really doing the best job battling against this, right? And making the most of it and turning all of this kind of challenge into opportunity, into growth, into success and abundance for you and your family, your loved ones. Through this difficulty, you really are finding opportunity. Okay. But yeah, with the Princess of Swords, I feel like you do, as much as you may protest, I think you kind of know that you're going to end up agreeing to it anyway, because that's the kind of person you are, because that is your love and your generosity of spirit, you know. We don't see too much other tolerance in the reading today, okay? We've got a lot of this, the 5 of Swords, we've got the 7 of Discs, we've got the 8 of Swords, and here the Princess here. So you really are going to protest a lot, right? But I think that you are going to kind of begrudgingly let this person in. Take them into your home, into your life, into your workplace, or whatever it may be. Just maybe into your headspace, your heart space. I feel like it is in kind of this relationship of you've got to be a bit of a teacher or a mentor or a guide to them. It's almost like someone just said, here, can you take this person and try to teach them something? Try to put them on the right track in some way, you know? So I feel like you didn't want to, you kind of protested, but you're full of love. It's family. I think you said, okay, I'll see what I can do. So it's almost like you're acting as a kind of guardian to this person, or a mentor or a guide in some way, to just kind of try to whip them into shape, you know? And I feel like they are a younger person, so I don't know if this is maybe a niece or a nephew, if this is just a younger sibling of yours, or, you know, something like a younger family member. But I feel like you really assumed that things were over and done with, right? We've had this Four of Wands before. It's like, yes, finally things are done. Finally, this is over. Here it is again. So as much as we think that things wrap up, I think with this person, it's going to come back around again, you know. And I think that you've done certain things to kind of protect yourself, because I feel like in the past, they've caused some mischief for you, you know. I feel like maybe they interfered with your business, your livelihood in some way. Maybe they stole something, or they caused something to go missing, right? Or something was damaged or broken. Somehow they disrupted your life. They just kind of like came in and just broke stuff, you know? So I think you have safeguards against that sort of thing now, but you still have to deal with this person kind of more instructionally or more intellectually now, right? You know what I mean? It's like, I think you've been asked to take this person in, or just talk to them. You know what I mean? Try to whip them into shape somehow. I feel like it's something that you've let into your, like I said, maybe your headspace or your heart space, maybe not literally into your home. I think you've been asked really to have some words with them, right? To give them a lecture that maybe will set them right, you know. But the important thing, I think, from this past is that you've learned from those experiences before. Now, maybe this is a different person. Maybe it's not the same person that was causing the disruption that came in and broke stuff in the recent past. It could be somebody else now. It could be, honestly, that because of all these experiences that you went through, when you had to really fix all of the broken stuff from this last air sign person, it could be now that you're in this kind of big brother or big sister kind of energy, where you want to kind of, you want to share what you've learned with others to keep people on the straight and narrow, right? So you've agreed to kind of take this person in under your wing, so to speak, and to kind of put them on the straight path, right? So it could be like a big brother, big sister kind of thing, right? So maybe not exactly family, but still has that family kind of vibe. So the past thing, you have learned from that, and you're seeing that it's just kind of, it's a cycle in your life, and I think that you're starting to turn that into opportunity. You know, maybe this is kind of a more of a counseling or a mentorship kind of thing, big brother, big sister, right? I think you're the kind of person that really is filled with love and abundance and care and concern, and you want to share what you have learned. You want to share what you have gained, the meaning that you found in all of this, right? Because a lot of people would go through all of this air stuff that we've been going through, and they would just probably become quite cynical, quite pessimistic, and just really, really harsh, I think, after all of this. But you've turned this into a wellspring of love, right? With this Three of Cups here, I think it really is you trying to share your love with others and share the meaning that you found in all of this, the higher meaning, the deeper meaning, and express this to others. So I think you're someone that really does find the lemonade in a box full of lemons, you know? I think that you have found like the silver lining in things. You're probably that type of person. You're always trying to look at the bright side of things, you know? I think that you are, quite literally, finding joy in the direst of circumstances. You know, it could be just the worst possible environment that you're in. You could be having the most just inconvenient day, but you'll focus on that little smile or that little bit of happiness, that little joy, that laughter, whatever it may be throughout your day, just a small moment. That will be the moment that defines your day, not all the trouble and inconvenience. That one smile you got from a stranger, the one thank you that you got from someone, or, just that one experience that you had looking at nature or a flower or whatever it is. These are just kind of cliched examples, but that is what defines your day, not the trouble, not the inconvenience and the hardship, And I think that you've always been that way, and I think that it really does work for you. You know, it really does give you this sense of every day having a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose. Every day has a fountain of joy and a fountain of youth, right? Every day has one of those. You just have to find it. Even in, again, the worst, most inconvenient, direst of days, you've got to find that fountain of joy and pleasure and meaning and purpose, you know? And that's what defines your day. You weren't always that type of person, though. You know, I know I just said that you maybe always have been. Not always. Not always. I don't like to say never. I don't like to say always. I don't like to speak in absolutes, okay? I think you've always tried to be that way. I'll go that far. It doesn't work for you every single time, okay? And so we've got with this air energy and with this water energy on the path of the dove, the top and the bottom, the kind of outward intention, what we're trying to do, what we're striving for every day, versus kind of what we're up against, right? So this is a tendency to be a little bit pessimistic at times, okay? And I know I shouldn't have spoken in absolutes. I realize that. You don't always find that kind of hidden gem in every, every dusty day. But you strive for it. And I think that the Five of Swords here is about you trying to find that spirit amidst all of the matter here. Now, the pentagram in this position is really talking about the circumstances of our lives kind of suppressing or pushing down the spirit, right? We're putting the physical matter, we're putting the manifested world, physical, mental, emotional, you know. We're putting all of the elements above the spiritual source, the meaning. And so this creates this kind of dusty world where you've got to kind of dig for that hidden gem. And the hidden gem is the spirit, and that's finding God underneath a stone, you know. And I think this is what you strive for. I think some days it leaves you a little bit saddened, you know, that maybe on a particular day you couldn't find that source of joy and spirit, you know, or that some days it was really difficult to find that, and you feel yourself kind of forcing it, you know. And I think especially in this situation with these air sign people, this cycle that keeps happening with this air energy, I think it is a struggle for you to keep finding the spirit in all of that matter, all of the kind of muckety-muck, finding the hidden jewel in all the dusty days, okay? But I think you are figuring out how to do that, especially in this kind of what we're calling a big brother, big sister kind of situation. This is the dusty day. You're finding the meaning and the purpose. You're finding the hidden gem in this kind of situation. This is a lot of air. Okay, we've got a lot of air here, and in the immediate future, through this relationship, through this interaction with this air energy, you are really turning this kind of this is a dying, decaying crop. This is the darkest of days. This is the kind of the dying plant, right? You're reviving this. You're using this water energy, this meaning that you're finding, this joy, this fountain, this source of water. You're going to be nourishing this situation, and it's going to become a really healthy, vibrant, fruitful plant, okay? Plant now is dying. The fruits are not growing. It's not blossoming. This is just worthless almost, right? You're reviving it. You're putting some of this water energy on it, and it's going to become something fantastic. And that's what I think you're kind of doing with this new, thing, we're calling it the big brother, big sister thing, all right? I don't know if that's really what's going on, but it feels kind of like that to me, okay? And this is where you have to use your own intuition, okay? I want you to connect with these cards, with the images, with the energies, and figure out how to apply it to your life. Okay, go beyond these details that I'm providing. Okay, so what we're calling the big brother, big sister kind of thing is really the way that you're turning this disaster, this kind of failed crop, into something abundant and rich and flourishing. Very, very fruitful and successful. And that's why we see a 7 over here. And I don't think it's something that is, it's not like a business. You're not doing it for a paycheck or something. This is like what you're doing energetically, kind of emotionally, to find the meaning and purpose in all of this kind of chaos that we're experiencing with all of this air. All of this swirling air, you are learning how to kind of cut through all that smog and find the real jewel, moving over to the path of the serpent now, we see some major arcana here. This is some really wonderful major arcana. This is the Eon card. This is the Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening. I think you're feeling the call now. I think that you're really hearing the trumpet, and it's waking you up to this this new energy. I feel like you're moving into a new era, a new phase of your life. I think it's through this work. Again, I'm getting this family vibe. So I'm going to keep calling it big brother, big sister, even though that I don't know if that's still even a thing, but that's the vibe that I'm getting from it, okay? I feel like this is something new, and you felt the call to this, and you really feel that this is part of your purpose. This is what you're supposed to be doing right now, And whether this is an ongoing thing with multiple people, something that you're really going to continue to do in the future, whether this is just one person, this one particular air sign person, maybe a family member, you really feel that there's a deeper implication here for you on your path as far as your development, your spirituality, your growth is concerned, right? So because of all of this difficulty in the past, right, with this fire, this is the 4 of Wands, the fiery energy in the past, all of that conflict that we went through, you're really now focused on that being the learning experience for you. It really is like, it really is a doorway into you, for you to process some of your own karma, whatever you want to call it, right? To just make these breakthroughs in your life. And I think that's why there's this refocus on this new, I think it's a new air sign person. It may not be an air sign, but there's that air component, right? There's that exchange of information and ideas, that kind of either mentorship or guidance, or, there's that, the communication aspect of this relationship here. So it could be now that you are intentionally engaging into something, in something like this, because you feel a calling to do that in order for you to really now kind of integrate these experiences, process all of the conflict from the past, and use it now in this really productive way, right? I think you're helping someone else, and you're also making progress on your own path, okay? And then we also have this priestess energy, that this is, you're hearing the calling, you're receiving the message from this priestess, from your own kind of higher self, your own divinity. I think your intuition, your spiritual understanding, this direct link that you have, I think, with spirit is really crucial to you. Okay, I think that's your biggest gift, your biggest asset is your kind of, almost like a psychic ability, almost like a, this gnosis, this deep understanding of things, and I think you're tapping into this more and more. And it could be something that's developing through this kind of work on the path of the dove. You're starting to get more in tune with your intuition, or you're starting to kind of have these breakthroughs in your spiritual practice, your meditation, your dream work, your rituals, prayers, whatever it may be, whatever your practices are. I think that you're finding a stronger connection with spirit and this communication channel directly from heaven, directly to our heart, right? Whatever you want to call it, I think is becoming more clear to you. Stronger and stronger the more you engage in this kind of work with this intentional, this intentionality behind it, right? You're feeling this strengthening of this communication. And we have more air, So don't worry, we're not done with the air energy. We see the 8 of Swords here in your concerns, worries, fears kind of position. I think through these major arcana, through this fire, through this moon energy, this priestess, this judgment card, I think you're feeling the calling, you're hearing the call, you're being motivated, you're intentionally going through this doorway to your own spiritual future. I think you're cutting through all this confusion. I think you're kind of worried that you're going to be met with all of this this chaotic air energy that's going to feel like a tangle of wires or something, you know, that you can't get away from. But I think the momentum of these major arcana is going to push you right through any kind of confusion, any kind of doubt, any kind of mental chaos that we may experience. The tangle of wires that's around us that's kind of keeping us from moving, right? I think you're shooting straight through that. I don't think that this 8 of Swords is going to hold back the momentum of these major arcana here. Okay, so you're pushing directly past all of this air energy, right? All of the negative effects of all of this air. It's not going to harm you in any way. You're shooting right through it. And on the other side, I see a 6 of Cups. This is a tremendous ease and pleasure in your life. I think that you come to such a harmonious flow of things that I just feel such a peaceful vibe. I feel like you're shooting kind of upwards on this upward trajectory. You go through the turbulent air, going through all this, real turbulence. And on the other side, once you kind of break through the other side, it's just peaceful, clear skies, sunshine. Right? Real ease, a real calmness. And I feel like we can just float here for a while, And I feel like it's really a good feeling. I feel like it's an expression of the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups into a 6 of Cups, it's just like you're now feeling the same kind of resonance coming from the universe that you've been trying to put out into the world. And now it's such a harmony and a resonance that you feel kind of suspended. You feel like you're kind of floating there. There's this feeling of just kind of weightlessness. And I think that's a tremendous feeling. And I think that that's kind of an indication or a confirmation that you're doing the right stuff. That you're well on your way to whatever your goals and aspirations are. To make progress in your own spiritual work. To find a deeper meaning and purpose. To find that, that dusky jewel in all of the air energy that we see, all the smog, We're going to go to the mystery card now and try to think about what this card could be. I honestly don't know. I think maybe some earth energy. Maybe we need a way to bring this all kind of down to a practical understanding. Maybe some more earth energy. I think that would be much needed, really, looking at things here. We don't see a lot of the earth energy, so maybe an ace of discs, maybe a 9 or a 10 of discs, I think would be good too. But let's see. Oh, hermit energy. This is some earth energy. This is ruled by Virgo. That's an earth energy. So this, I think is really... This is really talking about the way you keep yourself kind of insulated from this. It would be easy to get caught up in all this smog, all this air, to get tangled up in these wires. And I think the way that we're shooting through all this air, you're shooting through the clouds right as you ascend, popping out the other side into this kind of ease, this gentleness. I think you're learning how to insulate yourself against all of the trouble and turmoil and conflict of the world. You're able to be protected and isolated even in the midst of a crowded city. Despite being right in the middle of all this chaos, all of this air, you're managing to protect yourself. You're managing to stay in this peaceful, harmonious kind of state. This calmness, this confidence. is protected. It kind of reminds me of the THOTH symbol for the Capricorn energy, for the fiery aspect of the earth, right? This fire, that is your spirit, your purpose, your will. This is your harmony, your resonance, your divinity. It's all this fiery energy. And it's insulated with all of this earth energy around it. It's protected from the influence from outside, from all of the negative energy around you. Even though the work that you're doing, you're dealing with the air energy, some of this negative, conflict-oriented kind of stuff, you're protecting yourself. You're keeping your inner light protected, right? So you're not going to be negatively affected by all the circumstances that you're in. Does that make sense? And I think this is very important because I think in the past we really showed how these conflicts and this turmoil in your life was really affecting you, right? It was really bringing you down and causing some negative emotions and stuff in you. I think we're growing through that. We're developing this insulation that now we can be right in the middle of this, doing our work in the midst of all of this chaos, confusion, conflict, but it's not affecting us in who we are. It's not affecting our moods really, or our true self. It's not affecting our calmness, our inner peace, right? So I think that's a very important factor, and I think this is a really great confirmation. We're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, you can click on the link that's right there, and you can have access to all of the extended readings, all of the weekly and monthly readings. Okay. This was your monthly tarot reading for March 2023 on Dove and Serpent Tarot. And again, I want to thank you for letting me read for you.